Hello YouTube land, Brenton Sawin from Brenton Sawin Mysteries to Search. Today I was wanting to talk about Donald Trump and what is going on with Donald Trump and this country and the news and the other candidates. First of all, I think it's funny to watch the news media constantly talking about Donald Trump doing well, and it's like, well, he's gonna fizzle out, and then he doesn't, and they're all sitting around speaking about this, and they're the experts. It's funny to me because I studied broadcasting at EKU, Eastern Kentucky University. And this was during the 90s, and during the 90s, EKU was the top 3 school in the country for broadcasting. So when it comes to broadcasting, you know, radio, television, and other mass media, the mass media department, they were really well ranked, and with professors that had won Emmys, and you know, we had some people that went all the way back to vaudeville days that were our professors. It's pretty cool, really. Just kind of was fortunate, you know. I didn't know that any of that was going to be the deal. And then I worked at KET for a little while, and they were #2 PBS station in the world. Next to one, it was in Japan. But anyway, I'm looking at the media, and I'm watching these people speculate on Trump. Why is it he's doing so good? Now, I shot news for a little bit. I worked at KET, you know, Kentucky Educational Television for a little bit, and I worked in a video production company named Simmons Production for a little bit, and that's pretty much it. Because I felt like I couldn't sell out to do what I felt needed to be done to move up. The media, I've seen something wrong. I didn't really know what it was that was wrong, but now I kind of see, when you look at CNN is basically Democrat. Fox News is Republican and Christian, and they aren't watchdogs anymore. They were supposed to be watchdogs. The news performed a watchdog function, reported facts, and you reported facts without your opinion in it. You presented facts, and you used words like alleged and things like that. You would never get on there and, you know, and say some of the stuff that you see on the news today, you know, like white cop shot unarmed black guy and things like that. You couldn't have presented it in that kind of way. You could present the story, but the way you would have to present it would be making sure, since no one has went to court, that you would say allegedly this and that, and you would present it in a way that would be reporting the facts more than a political correctness and things like that. There really wasn't anything like political correctness that we were taught, other than, you know, having good manners and reporting the facts. But anyway, Trump. What I like about Trump is that where he's a billionaire, he does not have lobbyists that influence him. Most every politician, he was asked about it one time, and he said that they're all professional politicians, and they basically are campaigning their whole career. So each time someone's making a decision while in office, they're thinking about pleasing their donors and those people who fund their campaigns, and trying to please the wrong people. Not a government for the people, by the people, and of the people, but more of a politician for the supporters, by the supporters, and for the supporters, you know, those who donate to their campaigns and support them. And so they become good at running for office is also something that Trump said. They're good at running for office. But once they're in office, they're good at trying to please who they need to please to get the next election cycle and secure that for their career. Trump doesn't do that. And when it comes to him even dealing with the media, I noticed that Fox News was really for him until he said something to Megyn Kelly during that debate, and then all of Fox News turned on him. I noticed every show was not really for him anymore. They were trying to knock him, trying to cover it in such a way that it influenced the public's opinion. But see, the public's not falling for that stuff anymore. It's kind of amazing. It's really, really cool to see, because people are sick of the media coming off as if they're experts on everything and trying to shape our opinions. Now let me tell you, and also sick of politicians who basically tell you what you want to hear to try to get elected, and then they do what they need to do to keep their support, or the donors and things like that that are you know, supporting them. I remember in school we were studying a Supreme Court case. There had been some person who had, I think he like murdered some people, and he said that he saw that in a movie. In a movie, basically, he blamed it on a movie that he had saw. So the Supreme Court basically went in and looked at the case, and ended up, they ruled that the media cannot tell you what to think, but the media can tell you what to think about. And so that Supreme Court case was something that we had to study, and we had to think about that in aspect of what we were going to do for a career. We can tell people what to think about. We can't tell them what to think. And then also, we looked at some different things about the radio business, to where if you were to mention any new band or something like that, and like if you were a DJ, 3 times they would begin to get a boost in being popular, and you could give them coverage enough to make them famous. So you could make just about any band famous, whether they were the best band or not. So we were beginning to look at the influence media has on the public. And we a lot of times think, well, we don't have a propaganda machine. We have freedom of the press and things like that. But our press, it may be free, that we can say what we want, but it's influenced by who? Who are the gatekeepers? The gatekeepers of the news, gatekeepers of the media. They have agendas. They have what they perceive, or what they have as a worldview. They push, I notice, in the media. And media, mass media, includes everything from newspapers, magazines, radio, television, books, you know, whatever. Anything that is a written or digital or whatever kind of form that goes out to the general public. And another thing I was wanting to get across on this video, I didn't want to forget, was that when I was in school, we also were told that the general public is stupid. And I'm not kidding you. This is the top 3 school in the country for broadcasting. And we are told that the general public is stupid. We were told to write on our copy and things like that on a 3rd grade level, and to treat the audience as if they are dumb. And so, you know, in a way, you can see when you watch the news, is they feel, and they even come off as like they're experts, and they're telling you what to think. And it was also told to us too that that most people, I don't know so much as now, but most people do not know the world outside their own immediate environment except from the mass media. So your worldview, whether you think it or not, is shaped by the mass media more so than you know. So when it comes to, you know, a lot of these conspiracy theories with Illuminati and dumbing down America and things like that, there's a lot of truth to this, and it's way deeper than, you know, most people would, you know, even think about, because they haven't really thought about it that deep. Most people have thought about it because of like video games and things like that, but how deep does that rabbit hole really go? The thing about Trump is he bucks all that. He doesn't care what the media says, and he doesn't care what politicians say, and he does not need anyone to contribute, or he doesn't need a super PAC. He's his own man. So I like Trump because I believe that he will do what he thinks will get the job done, and he will say what he thinks needs to be said, and also too, where he poo-poos the political correctness thing, to where it's so much of a thing in this world today, in this country, that it almost cripples a person from being able to speak about a topic. You know, Trump seems abrasive, but it's because he's not adhering to that political correct kind of viewpoint when he talks about immigration or something like that. You know, he's a regular man, but he's a smart man, and he's been very good in business. So when it comes to beating other countries for exports and starting to do things that might change this economy, I really believe that he understands those aspects of it, and because he does business overseas, and he beats the Chinese, he beats the Japanese, he beats people overseas, and he understands even the Iranians are good negotiators, and he really knocked Obama for, you know, not getting a good deal, and he's right. We didn't get a good deal. I think that they went over there and was trying to get any deal to be a good deal so that they can get some kind of deal. Trusting Iran is stupid. Believe that, and I believe even the scriptures say that Iran, the Medes, get stirred up at some point in a nuke. It looks like to me it's a nuclear something or another, and it's, for some reason, I was looking up the city. I can't remember what the name of the city that this happens to, and I believe Saudi Arabia is one of them, but northern Jordan. I don't really know what the political atmosphere is between Iran and northern Jordan, but when you look at the name that is given in the scriptures in Isaiah that I was looking at, and you look over at the ancient area that was, it was northern Jordan. So, and maybe they shoot a nuke off at Israel, and it, you know, arrow missile or something Israel has takes it down. I don't know. But anyway, it's a stupid deal to even negotiate with people who are calling for the death of the United States. Death to, you know, even if you don't like Israel, put Israel off to the side for a second. A majority of the people are hollering for death to the United States. You don't negotiate with people who do that. That'd be like if my neighbor wanted me to be dead. If I had another neighbor who was head of the neighborhood association go ahead and grant them a permit to make bombs next door to me, or guns, and, you know, it's like, oh, you can start a factory up there, and, you know, it might be a little while before they have any bomb made or something like that, but they, for years and years and years, you know, wanted me and my family dead, and then, you know, the neighborhood association grants them the rights to do this. Well, that'd be absurd. You know, you wouldn't want that. To me, it's common sense, and I see that a lot of times, if I have an opinion like, hey, you shouldn't negotiate with people that want you dead, that you'll have another side of that coin where people will be for negotiating because they're Democrat. I don't care if I'm a Democrat or a Republican or whatever. Actually, I was a registered Democrat for a long time. that's just common sense. It has nothing to do with a party, and that's what I think Trump brings to the table, is that he's not influenced by whether he's a Democrat or a Republican. He could run as either one. He wouldn't care. He's just running what he thinks would be wise for him to run. But negotiating with people who want you dead is stupid. To give them anything towards something that could be used to kill you. You don't negotiate for someone who wants you dead. You don't negotiate them having guns and give them, you're going to have these guns, but you're going to have to really, I'm going to have to check on you. I mean, you don't do that. That's dumb. It doesn't matter if you're Democrat or Republican. So to me, anyone who says that, oh, this is a good deal or whatever with Iran, I think Trump is right. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. So that's adhering to your party. That I think Trump is nonpartisan. So this shouldn't be a partisan issue. This should be a common sense issue. And so anyway, I think Trump, what he brings to the table is an ability to deal and negotiate with people. I think he also brings to the table that he does not have any kind of donation or machine behind him that is holding money over his head to influence his decision making, because he's a billionaire. He doesn't need it. And also, I don't think that any news organization, that he's pandering to any of them, that he's going to say and do what he thinks needs to be done. And I like the motto, make America great again. That's a good motto. Can't beat that one. Who doesn't want to make America great again? And I think to do that, we certainly would have to think about the track that we've been on and change the decision making. We cannot take another presidential term or 2 terms of people who are professional politicians who make decisions based upon their party, and they can't think for themselves and say this would be the right thing to do. We can't take that. This country won't succeed. And it makes me think about the the strong delusion that the Bible speaks of, that there was it says that God would send a strong delusion that they would believe a lie. And I was wanting, it says, for this cause, God sends a strong delusion that they would believe a lie. And I was wondering, like, what cause? That's the way my mind would think. For this cause, God would send a strong delusion that they would believe a lie. Any intelligent person is going to automatically say, what cause is that? Because there's a cause that's going to cause people to believe a lie. I don't want to believe a lie. It's almost like people are believing lies, and they, when I say that statement, it's like the first thing they think is something other than what cause. And it was because I went back and looked at the chapter before that, or a few verses before that, and it says, because they did not have a love for the truth. If you do not love the truth, whatever truth is, I believe it is the Bible and the principles of the Bible and doing the right thing. Truth. There's things that are true and things that are not. What's true is that many professional politicians pander to their party and to their contributors, the people who support them. And then truth is that Donald Trump doesn't have that. As far as I was, he wouldn't have it as bad as anybody else would. I don't think he has it at all. Someone could make an argument or something otherwise, but so anyway, if you don't have a love for the truth, a strong delusion will come and you'll believe lies. And that's serious, you know, according to what the Bible says, you know, and that's a serious thing. So we need to have people in the office that we know aren't making decisions based on wrong ideologies, you know, wrong worldview and things like that. We can't gamble on the future. We need to bring someone like, I think, Donald Trump, who isn't influenced by everybody else, who tells the truth and is willing to go get the job done. He don't take excuses. You know, like Celebrity Apprentice, you know, when someone had an excuse, he didn't take that excuse. And that would be pretty darn cool to, you know, have things going on in the Senate and in the House when if he was president, and they have these excuses, and he's like, and if he treated it like he did the Celebrity Apprentice, he'd be like, you know, don't give me excuses, get it done. You know, whenever they were talking about the Iran deal, releasing our 5 guys they had, John Kerry said, well, it was too complicated. He wouldn't take that excuse. That's your problem. Get it done. It's complicated, then it's, you know, it might be a little harder for you to get that done, but get it done. Don't give me an excuse. That would be the first thing, you know, we have to have done before we can even begin to talk about anything. And that kind of philosophy is needed. Anyway, that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. God bless. Brenton Son signing out. Also, I have a bunch of stories that I'm going to start bringing to the channel that have been backlogged. I've been collecting them for a while now. And I also want to do interviews with people that have stories, you know, all the Bigfoot, Dogman, all that kind of stuff, all the mysteries that we look at on the channel. I do interviews on Hangouts, Skype, and I can do it on phone, but I'd rather do it video style. I guess Facebook even has a video type thing that you can use. So that's the way I'd like to do it. Add me to circles. Go to Google Plus and add me to circles if you're not in my circles, because we can chat and talk and communicate that way, even privately. If you have a story, something like that, and I can send you updates. As soon as I upload something, I send messages out to my circles. So add me to circles. If you got any story, know anybody that has a good mystery story, let me know at brentonson@gmail.com, or add me to circles. You can let me know in Hangouts if you want. But Gmail is a good way to give me a heads up for a story and give me your story, because I can file it away in different sections there. So brentonson@gmail.com, all lowercase. God bless, and I'll see you on the next video.